Next point we are going to discuss it is uniform speed or velocity. So when you take it is distance, it is about a speed, and when you are taking displacement, it is about velocity. So there is no much differences between these two words. So if you are taking distance, you are discussing speed. If you are taking displacement, you are discussing velocity. First of all, you can see an object in the first second travel 5 meters. So its speed was 5 meter per second. In the second again it travels 5 meter. So velocity is, so what is the distance or displacement recovered in 1 second? That is 5 meter. So its speed or its velocity is 5 meter per second. Now you can see in the third second again it has traveled 5 meters, so velocity is 5 meter per second. So at every intervals you can see at every instant the speed or the velocity of the object was 5 meter per second. So this kind of motion is called uniform motion, or the speed the object has taken, that is called uniform speed or velocity. Similarly, non-uniform motion, between these 2 points it has traveled 5 meter in 1 second, so its speed was 5 meter per second, but here in 1 second it has traveled only 3 meter, so the velocity or speed will be 3 meter per second. And the third second it has traveled 4 meter in 1 second, so its velocity or speed is 4 meter per second. So you can see the intervals are different. Intervals are same, time intervals are same, but the distance or displacement it has covered are different. So motion is non-uniform, and the velocity or speed it has taken, that is again non-uniform velocity or non-uniform motion. Understand the acceleration. I have classified acceleration in 2 categories. One is called positive acceleration and another is called negative acceleration. When there is positive acceleration, it is simply called acceleration, but when there is a negative acceleration, it is called retardation. What is the difference between these two? In positive acceleration, the velocity change goes on increasing, but in negative acceleration, velocity decreases. Suppose that when someone is putting acceleration to his bike, and that is called positive acceleration, speed increases in that case, and when he applies brake, the speed or velocity of the bike decreases, and that in that case that is called retardation or negative acceleration. When we say retardation, it is already with a negative sign, it comes with a negative sign, but when we say negative acceleration, it should be there should be a negative sign in the value. So positive acceleration, velocity increases; negative acceleration, velocity decreases. And positive acceleration again has been categorized into 2 different ways: uniform and non-uniform positive acceleration. So here in the example you can see the object was covering 3 meter per second in this region, here 5 meter per second, and then 7 meter per second. So between these regions there are change of velocity with 2 units, and 2 meter per second square. So here the velocity increases from 3 to 5 and 5 to 7. So in every second the velocity increase was 2 meter per second. So acceleration is positive, velocity is goes on increasing continuously 2 meter per second square. And there is another example for non-uniform motion. Here you can see in the first second the object was moving with 3 meter per second, and then in the second second it was moving with 4 meter per second, and then 6 meter per second. So velocity is increasing but not uniform. The velocity is not uniform. So in the first second there is an increase of 1 meter per second square, that is acceleration is 1 meter per second square. In the second you can see there is a 2 meter per second square increase, 4 to 6. So this is called positive acceleration, but it is non-uniform. Negative acceleration or retardation, it is uniform, it may be uniform or non-uniform. In this case velocity goes on decreasing. Here the object was moving 7 meter per second speed, and then in the next second it was moving with 5 meter per second. So there is a decrease in 2 meter per second square, 2 unit. So decrease, when we calculate anything any difference between any 2 quantities, it should be subtracted first one from the second one. So 5 minus 7, so there will be a minus 2 meter per second square. Again here 3 the velocity has decreased from 5 to 3 meter per second. That is, initially he was covering 7 meter per second, then after 5 meter per second, and then 3 meter per second. So velocity is decreasing. Here again the change in a second is 2 meter per second square. So acceleration here is negative minus 2 meter per second square. And non-uniform motion, the object was moving with 7 meter per second, then 6 meter per second. So velocity has decreased. So there should be a negative acceleration, or you can say retardation. And then in the next second it has changed to 3, from 6 to 3. So there is a change of 3 meter per second square, negative. This is called non-uniform acceleration. In the next video we will discuss the graph, how to draw graph of between displacement and time, velocity and time, and what are the significance of these graphs. Thank you.